Hey, Packer Nation. My name is Rachel Bachmeyer, head principal of West Fargo High School. We wanted to take this opportunity to share some important information with you about back to school. We hope you've had a fun, safe, exciting summer, and as we prepare to welcome all students back on campus in about 2 weeks, we wanted to communicate upcoming dates and essential announcements to set us up for a successful year. This brief presentation will cover introductions of staff members on your student support team, as well as important dates, information about schedules, rules, procedures, as well as tips to help your student prepare for the school year and ways to stay looped into West Fargo High news. Like I said, my name is Rachel Bachmeyer, and as I'm stepping into the role of head principal this year, I wanted to take a quick moment to introduce myself. I hail from a town outside of Cleveland, Ohio, and consequently was born and raised a proud Ohio State University football fan. Go Bucks! After I graduated from my undergraduate degree at Marietta College, a small university in Appalachia, I joined an organization called Teach for America. Through them, I served as an English teacher on the Rosebud Indian Reservation in South Dakota for 3 years, which is also where I met my future husband, Levi. After leaving the reservation, I served in a variety of communities. I taught for Denver Public Schools. I trained teachers in inner city Philadelphia, and I served as a leadership instructor at Phillips Exeter Academy in New Hampshire. Levi convinced me to put down roots in his hometown of West Fargo, where I got a job teaching English learner students social studies at West Fargo High. I transitioned to administration 5 years ago, and when I'm not at school, Levi and I enjoy adventuring on our country's national parks and spending time with our rescue pup, Shunka. I'm joined by 6 other excellent leaders as a part of our West Fargo High administration team. Dr. Wayne Sampson, John Asprey, and Rick Wilson serve as assistant principals, and Lindsay Metz is our dean of students. Each serve a specific subset of students, and you can find the block of student last names assigned to each administrator underneath their photo. So for example, Dr. Sampson works with students whose last names begin with the letters L through Q. We are also grateful to have West Fargo High PD officer Jason Balvick serving as our SRO, and are welcoming to the team this year Justin Beam as our activities coordinator. In addition to an assigned administrator, your student is also supported by a school counselor. We are incredibly lucky to have this dedicated and energetic team serving our students. Jamie Zool works with last names A through DN, Courtney Quist, last names DO through I, Dana Rosendahl, last names J through MO, Dr. Chastity Odenheide, last names MU through SC, and new to the crew this year and supporting the caboose of the alphabet, Tessa Roberts with last names SE through Z. Some important dates to get into your calendar. Tomorrow is scheduled change day. A message was sent out about this on Monday, and it is a primary opportunity to address any and all schedule changes for your student. More information is available on the school website. Back to school night is on Monday, August 22nd from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. We want to make a special note about an orientation meeting for freshmen and new students and their families at 5:30 p.m. So if you are a family of a freshman or a new student, please try to be in our building at 5:30 p.m. for that orientation meeting. All freshmen and new students can also pick up a new Packer t-shirt at this event. There will be an activities and elective fair held in the Commons, and all students are welcome to explore the opportunities West Fargo High School has to offer. Students can also walk their class schedule and meet with their teachers. The first day of school is Thursday, August 25th. There will be no period one classes, and all students must report to school by 8:40 a.m. School pictures for juniors will also happen on the first day of school. Freshmen and sophomores will take their school pictures during their study hall or lunch on Friday, August 26th. So juniors on Thursday, the first day of school, freshmen and sophomores on Friday, the second day of school, and seniors, we look forward to seeing your senior photos. We also want to highlight a new event this year hosted by the Bank of North Dakota. It's a launch party for Cass County High School parents, and it's taking place at the Lights Essential Health Plaza from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, August 31st. They'll have a ton of resources available to help navigate high school and whatever is coming next for your student. Other dates to get in your calendar include homecoming, our parent-teacher conference dates, the first late start Wednesday, prom, and graduation. More information about all of these events will be shared as we get closer to the actual dates. All bell schedules for this school year are available on the website. Period 1 for early bird students begins at 7:45 a.m. and period 2 begins at 8:37 a.m. Beginning September 7th on all Wednesdays until towards the end of April, classes will begin approximately 1 hour late to accommodate for teacher PLC times. Students will also have a daily advisory period on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. As counselors and administrators work to balance schedules, it's important to note that classes may change, so students should double check their schedule on PowerSchool before the first day of school. Coming off of school years impacted by COVID, we wanted to highlight the attendance policy for West Fargo Public Schools because attendance is one of the most important factors for student success. As outlined in board policy, students cannot miss more than 10 classes per semester without being at risk for losing credit. So that means if a student has missed 10 of the same class in a single semester, they're at risk for losing credit for graduation. The only absences that do not count toward that 10 absent limit are those with a documented medical note. That could be doctor, dentist, therapist, etc., a school-sanctioned activity or field trip, or emergency situations is determined in conversation with the school administrator. All other kinds of absences, excused and unexcused, count towards that 10 absent limit. Students struggle and fall behind if they miss more than 2 weeks of instruction. For this reason, we encourage all families to take vacations during school breaks to limit students missing class time. If your family does plan to have your student miss a chunk of school for a family event, please check in with your student's administrator to discuss strategies to help your students stay on track. Attendance is so important, and we appreciate your support. Related to attendance or tardies, every 5th unexcused tardy does convert to an unexcused absence, and this is per class period. All unexcused absences are assigned detention of an approximate matching length. So for example, 1 hour of classes is assigned about 1 hour of detention and a half hour for advisory. Again, attendance is so important and we want to support all students to be on time, present, and engaged in their classes. New to West Fargo High this year is how we will be managing cell phones. There is a significant amount of research about the negative impact of cell phones as distractions on learning. As such, all West Fargo Public Schools secondary schools will be implementing phone-free classrooms beginning this school year. Cell phones must be out of sight and out of use from the bell to bell of all classes, including during study halls. Cell phones can be used appropriately and respectfully in common spaces during non-instructional time. So students can use cell phones during passing time in between classes, the student lunch period, and before and after school. In full transparency, we wanted to share the consequences for this school rule with you as well. The first time a phone is delivered to the main office due to an infraction of the school rule, it will be returned to the student at the end of the instructional day. The second time this happens, the student has to check the phone into the main office for a period of 5 school days, and then the third time, a family meeting will be scheduled by the student's administrator. We hope you'll help us enforce this rule by restricting texts and phone calls to students during instructional times. Please reach out to them when they are allowed to be on their cell phone, but not while they're in class. If you ever need to get a hold of your learner, you can contact the West Fargo High School main office and we will be happy to assist you. You can also check out this website, awayfortheday.org, to read the significant research supporting this practice. To set your student up for success this school year, we recommend discussing and implementing these 4 helpful tips. So the first is to establish a routine that includes 8 to 10 hours of nightly sleep. That's essential for a teenager. The second is to promote healthy cell phone and social media use, especially limited usage before sleep. The third is to make sure iPads are updated. So what this looks like is making sure that it's plugged into a power source and that all of the apps are up to date before day 1 of school. Students have to make sure their iPads are updated before that first day of school, and they do so by plugging it in and updating those apps. We would also love for you to talk to your student about what organization system they're going to use for this school year. We have a lot of students utilize My Homework app. We have other students that prefer paper planners. The important thing is that they have a strategy for how to help keep track of and manage homework, deadlines, tests, quiz dates, etc. By talking with your student about these 4 important things, they will have a significantly smoother start to the school year. A few other quick items to highlight. Backpacks are allowed at West Fargo High School and lockers are available upon request only. We noticed that tardies and forgotten school materials decrease significantly when students utilize backpacks instead of lockers. And so we still encourage this practice. This decision was made in consultation with SRO Balvic to ensure student safety. Also, the federal waiver that allowed students access to free lunch has expired. So that was a federal waiver that was in effect, and now it's expired. Starting in this fall, families will need to pay full price for student meals or submit an application to qualify for free or reduced meals. We encourage any family who will face a hardship in paying for school lunch to complete the application. And if you need any help, don't hesitate to reach out to the main office. Furthermore, the North Dakota Scholarship has new guidance. This is an incredible opportunity for students to receive money to help cover the cost of post-secondary learning opportunities. You can check out our website for more information. There you will find linked resources, including an FAQ and timelines. To stay up to date on all West Fargo High news, we encourage you to follow us on Facebook or Instagram, look for student-produced content on Packer Television, and check up on our school website. We're incredibly excited to welcome your student back on campus and kick off the school year. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to our main office or your student's administrator. It's going to be a great year. Go Packers!